and welcome to Mystic Star Magic. Oh, I'm so happy you are here. So if you're new, welcome and thank you for giving me a chance. And if you are one of my older friends who have been with me for a while, oh, thank you for coming back. It really does mean a lot to me. And just, so we're going to find out what's happening in the next 30 days. This is a timeless reading, but when I'm filming it, originally it is April. It's going to be April. So we're going to basically see what's happening. If you want information about anything about the reading, or if you want just information about my channel and like anything, just go, it's everything's in the description down below. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to show you each pile. This is pile 1. This is going to be your card. I really like it for some reason. There's something that draws me to it. So I really like this one. So this is pile 2. And just like it could be the art, it could be the numbers, it could be the artwork, it could be the words. It's sort of like you just gotta really listen to your intuition. It sort of kind of like calls you to it. And so this group 3. Get that? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Close our eyes. I want you to clear your mind. Just really clear your mind as much as you can. And now as you exhale and open your eyes, I want you to choose whichever pile draws you to it. All right, let's do this. Hello, my friends from group 1. Oh, I actually have to say, like, this was one of the cards that really called me. There's just something about the darkness, but it's like the bunny here for me, it like represents hope, and then the moon, but still there's like a light, there's a path. Even when we're in a state of darkness, there is always a path for us to go. And so this is your overall energy for the next 30 days. Like I said, this is a timeless reading, but when I'm filming it originally, it is April. So I feel like after a long, maybe a little dark night of the soul, if you will, or you're just feeling maybe confused, not really sure what next step is, it's sort of like something new comes into your life. You're coming to life. I feel like there's an awakening here for you. Transformation is a possibility. For me, this is actually, I could see why it is that this one called me so much. It's sort of like a path appears right before you just when you need it. It's like that. That's what I feel like. And it's coming from like where you're feeling like stone, where you're feeling stuck, and then you're finally like moving forward to where you want to be. So this is a very strong, as you can tell, this is a strong month coming up. Let's see what other things are coming through here. Yeah, so past loved ones might be like a thing. So ancestors, past loved ones are communicating. They're there. I think they're the ones helping guide this, like light up this path for you to be able to take. This descent means that, for me, it is sort of like going deep within yourself. And I feel like there's a sense of like, you have the foundations. That's okay, that's another thing. It's like you have the foundations for the next step. For whatever it is that you need to like take, wherever you like if you feel like, oh no, it's going to be something, like, no, you already have the foundations. This is like deep within yourself. You have the power to take the next step. Oof. So this is like, we're starting off with a strong, yeah, it's like a strong energy that we could see. Well, fortune, yeah. Oh, look at that. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of like, you could see that there's, poof. Well, the moon energy here is definitely calling me here. So I feel like these are all deep emotions that you're still holding on to here. So maybe for some of you that you're not necessarily able to see right now. But the Wheel of Fortune is sort of like, I do feel like your luck is turning. Like there's a wish fulfillment coming through here, that you've been wanting for something, and then finally the wheels, like the path appears. Though you start to waken up. You start to see the potential for the new life. It is still going to take time, because we do have this 7 of Pentacles. It's not only time, but I also feel like work is involved here, like looking digging deep into our depths, into our emotions. That takes time, but there's also a sense of motion that even though we may not see it, there's the Knight of Wands, there's energy, there's this new vibrant energy coming forth for you. Wow. I'm actually like feeling like, woof, this is like a very strong, like, yes, this is going to be a strong 30 days. I feel like for a lot, like in the start of it, it's going to be like a bit murky. You're going to feel like, oh no, I'm not, like, you're starting to feel like your emotions, like there's like a lot of emotions coming through, a lot of confusion for you as well. So this is how I kind of feel like you're just in this state. You might be in this state, or it's like, this is how it starts, where there's a lot of confusion. There is a sense of understanding your emotions with this King of Cups, like understanding it. There's a sense of maturity, but there's also a need to take action as well. So it's not like you just stand there, but really, I almost feel like it's time for you to face your fears. It's time for you to face your demons, if you will. And in that, that's when you're starting to face that, when you're starting to see, that's when this, like, the wheel shifts. So this is like in the mid-March or mid-April, mid-month, mid-30 days. There's some sort of like a shift and change. You're going to see it. It's sort of like an exhale, like you've been holding your breath. You're finally going to exhale, and then there's a wish fulfillment. Something's going to come through, and you're going to start to feel like you're coming to life again. Oof, very beautiful. And then at the end, this brings about this new energy of like, yes, you can do it. You can, you're moving forward. Like, I feel like passion, creativity coming through. But there's also a sense of like having, like, knowing that you have to put in the effort. You still have to like take care of those seeds that you have planted. Oh, I really like this. Like, I didn't know. Whenever I do this, I don't know like how it's all going to come out, but it's coming out. Let's see what other things are coming here. Do I want to do it? Yeah, let's do this. Like overall, like life in general, like for the next 30 days. Like, give us guidance here. Like, not guidance, but I do want to see what's happening. So we have mask. So we have deception, pretending, inconsistency. So you're king. Look at that. Yes. And then we have gold. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. So this mask might be that moon. You have feelings, things that you're like, you're not even sure. There's like a sense, like I said, of confusion. May not even be deception. It's just that you don't really know. Maybe you're going through so many different emotions. You don't really know what to do. Action, taking, like listening to, like, yes, the emotions are there. Trying to be emotionally mature in terms of like, does this make sense? So is it? There's another thing, because I feel like you are, like with that moon, you're there. You're probably very empathic. So asking yourself, is this really, are these my emotions? Are these somebody else's emotions? That's important. Because, and it like taking on anger, taking on somebody else's, it's not yours to take. And that's why it's important. I almost feel like that's the closing of like, if it's not yours, don't take it. And then we have mid-month, like I said, gain. There's cultivation, profit, conclusion. There is like a sort of like a gain here coming through. Like one of the fruits is coming through with this wish fulfillment here. But look at this. I love it, because you're ending this like next 30 days with like a purpose. You're with this like Knight of Wands energy. You're driven towards your goals. I do really like it. You have no idea how much I love this. Okay, let's see what love energy is coming for you for the next 30 days. Worth waiting for. So divine timing is at work in your love life. So don't rush. Don't try to force things. Love will come when it's ready. And it's like, yes, and soulmate. So yes, this is your soulmate. So don't push it. If and for some of you who this is like soulmate, so like if it's not about the soulmate, it's sort of like, so if you're with somebody, if there's like hiccups, if there's any kind of like friction, that's not for you to worry. There's like, things will work out. I feel like that's important. Having patience is important. And then yes, remembering that you're soulmate. If you are single, there is a sense of not trying to just jump in, just trying to rush, especially with this moon there that's so confusing, you're not really sure about this, really like wait. I know, it's like, but follow your intuition. It's like soulmate. This is you'll know when it's meant for you. You just know. I know it's annoying to hear that. Like when I wanted to be with somebody, I was like, come on. All right, let's see. I want to see like in terms of like career and stuff like that. What is coming in terms of career? Oh yes. Courage. So you are, so courage to like, you're gonna need in your career or like in study, you're gonna need to have courage. Again, this is again facing your emotions really, and then you're gonna move forward though. Like I feel like this is like apparently like half the month is going to be where you're feeling overwhelmed with emotions, and then but then once you clear of that, you're like, I'm moving forward, we're like moving to where we want to go. There's just that sense there. Okay, let's see what blessings are coming for you for this next 30 days. A blessing on a home, so maybe for some of you, or maybe like if you're looking to get pregnant, maybe there is that as well. But there's a sense of like feeling a sense of being at home, even like it could be even with your body, where you're just like, okay, I'm finally at home, even with your emotions and everything. And a blessing on your health. So if you've been suffering for anything, the health is coming. For some of you, like drinking might be important. I'm blessing on good men and fathers, especially if you're looking for that. There is a blessing on that too. Oh, I really like this. And I look at this, and it's a blessing to lift sadness. So that's coming through for this month as well. So lots of like amazing, awesome things coming. Actually, I'm gonna like leave it there. I wasn't sure, or should I do the charms? But I feel like this is good. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to leave it here. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for letting me read your cards. This is going to be, like, I know it's going to be a little tough in the beginning, but just persevere. You're going to be okay. Things are going to, like, work out much better than you anticipated. So that's always something to look forward to. I am sending you a giant hug, and until I see you in the next one, bye-bye, my dear friends. I forgot to do your advice for the next 30 days, so let's do that. Advice for the next 30 days for the collective of group 1. Okay. Ooh, independence and acknowledge spirit. I trust in the higher source, and I acknowledge that my direct connection with it. In stillness, I listen for the wisdom inside, and I'm open to the spirituality that is with me and all around me. I know that love is the creative force. I meditate and welcome mystical truths, and I'm open to seeking guidance in my spiritual quest from a spiritual teacher and master or guru. And then you have independence, so that's important. I know what my needs are, and I actively pursue them, knowing that I will be guided and provided for when I put in the effort. I open myself to all possibilities and participate fully in my life. I use my imagination and my vision to initiate what I wish for and pursue it. I am not waiting to be rescued. I am not a victim. I am strong. Oof, yes, that is true. And you are, and you can actually see that. That's why you're waking up to your power, to your own inner power. So thank you again, and I'm sorry I forgot to do this. Big giant hug. Bye-bye, my friends. Oh, my friends from group 2. All right, so let's find out what energy you have for the next 30 days. So look at this. Actually, we should do it like that. So I'm going to say, like, be honest, like, it seems like the first half of the next 30 days are going to be, like, a little challenging. But I feel like the other part is going to be, like, whew, this is going to propel you towards, like, awesome things. And it's not just your group. It just feels like it's sort of that way for the collective. So first part of the surrendering to a higher like high power, if you will. Yeah, surrendering your like worries, all the stuff. I almost feel like I also want to say surrender the ego, just surrendering everything to the higher self, to your higher power. To just it just seems like that's what it is. I'm not fighting this anymore. You're done with it, because, and then there is like a sense of like, I feel like I'm almost seeing like lightning for you. In that surrender, that's when you actually start making the progress. You start to have that spark. You have all those things. I almost feel like you're surrendering because there's a block there. And the reason why there's a block is because either that's not the right path, or it's not the right time for you to do that, but rather something else. There's a spark, something new comes in here. Oof, very lucky. We have shadow, and then we have door to spirit. Yeah, look at this. And so this is maybe like surrendering the shadow. And it's leading you to, and I do like this because the shadow is leading you to the spirit, like releasing the shadow, acknowledging the shadow. That's also like surrender. See, what we have is that we usually don't really recognize our shadow selves. We don't. We pretend it's not there, right? We think we are so evolved. Like I'm there because I often go like, oh yeah, I've made a lot of progress. And then, you know what, I realized, like, wait, that was totally ego. Like, I make the same things. I was like, oh yeah, that was totally my ego getting in the way. And that's acknowledging, like, I understand. Like, we'll always have shadow. We'll always have a shadow. We're always working on it, right? But that doesn't mean, like, the more we work on, like, clearing, understanding, maybe even accepting, there's a way that gives us a door to spirit, to a higher self here. And so I feel like really for me, it really is about this. I almost want to say surrender your shadow, surrender like all those things. Like like I said, I first acknowledge them too. It's like, oh yes, to this higher self, to your higher self, to the higher self, whatever it is that you believe in, because it's sort of like, I feel like that is, it's the way, it's the next step for you to take. Oof. I actually really feel like the next 30 days are going to be quite interesting, very like intense a little bit. Yeah. Knight of Swords, Page of Swords, Ace of Wands, nice. Seven of Swords, and then the Sun. Okay, Sun, happiness, joy, yes. So what I'm seeing here is like, and there's like a lot of swords. And so that is a lot of thoughts. So maybe your negative thinking is what it is here. So the Knight of Swords with the Page of Swords. Actually going to clarify. Like, what do I want to clarify with? I have like a lot of choices. Let's do, sorry. I have no idea, like, when I figure these things out. I'm like, yeah, okay, I think we'll do this one. Actually, I don't know which one. Sorry, I'm like jumbling and mumbling to myself. So, give me a second. I'm just finding, yes, there we go. Okay, clarifying. I'm using All That Glitters Tarot. All right, let me clarify this Knight of Swords and this Page of Swords. Okay. Okay. And what I was actually, why I was kind of fascinated by this is because when I was looking at this, and that's why I kind of wanted to clarify, it's sort of like the usually it's the Page of Swords and then the Knight of Swords, right? So to me, that's progress. But for me, this was more important, like not this one so much, but really the Page of Swords. And here it is. So the King of the Knight of Swords. I am speaking. I will do this. The Knight of Swords is usually very impulsive energy. Very much. It's almost like, I feel like, and I like this because it's sort of like they're closing your eyes, not seeing something. Again, it's sort of like, I feel like you're not wanting to see the shadow. Like something is driving you to be impulsive, right? This is an impulsive energy, but I don't feel that that's the energy you want. Because you do have this. It's sort of like you're letting a sense of scarcity, like protection, possessiveness, right? You want to hold on to something. So that's why it's like a scarcity in terms of like you're feeling that you have to hold on to something. You have to protect something in like a possession or something, act impulsively because of it. But that's not the energy you want. The energy, because you're not seeing it, you're not seeing the full picture, is what I'm seeing here. And so what you want instead is this Page of Swords, which is the page is always kind of like in the process of learning, right? There's also a sense of speaking before acting also for me. It's like a speaking before doing. And so here I'm seeing here is like, this is the Seven of Pentacles. And so instead of being impulsive here, it's understanding that you're going to need more time to figure something out. And that's what I'm seeing. Dedicated effort, mastery, use skills. You're not ready for something. And so instead of acting, it's almost like talking, gathering more knowledge is what I'm seeing here for you. So this is an important thing, especially for the beginning of this, like the next 30 days. Not so much action, impulsive action, but rather talking and gathering knowledge. Very important. Because, and look at this, I love this, because there is some sort of like, I feel like there's something new coming through with this spark, right? There's something creative. It could be a new relationship. Totally. There's hearts here too. For some of you, it's going to be a new relationship. It's going to be something that's very, very filled with lots of passion and charged energy. For others of you, this is just like a creative project. This is something where you're just like, I am feeling so charged and creative, and you're just going for it. Like that could be all that it is, all about that. I do want to see what this Seven of Swords is doing here, because it's blocking our way. The Seven of Swords is blocking our way from this Sun energy, which is like fulfillment and happiness. So what is this Seven of Swords doing here? Hierophant. Okay. So either, oh, this is stuff. Let me clarify that one, because the Hierophant just kind of made me more confused. And the Tower. Okay. Oof. So it's some sort of like, the Seven of Swords is sort of like, well, there's a sense of stealing, but it's not stealing. It's sort of like masking yourself, not acknowledging. It's sort of like acknowledging that there is something that shifted, something changed, the Tower. And it's trying to, like, with the Hierophant for me, it's sort of like you're trying to keep the status quo of something, but something has changed. It's something maybe have changed inside of you. Something might have changed inside of somebody else. But in ignoring this obvious change in temp, you're blocking your Sun. And so this is important, because this is all about your fulfillment, happiness coming through. I do want to see what this Ace of Wands is doing here. Like, I know it's a new beginning, but I just wanted to, look, it's for some of you, for a good chunk of you, it is like a love coming through. It's the Knight of Cups, a proposal coming through for some of you. So if you, maybe for some of you, you're like, you're still stuck in something in the past, or still ignoring something. And so you're blocking this new opportunity from like growing and making even like more exciting and happy. And look at this, the Page of Cups. Like there's a lot of Cups energy here with even the Sun. So it's like Page of Cups, good news, messenger, emotion, immaturity, but no, it's the good news coming through, like joy, happiness. But you have to acknowledge that something's changed. Wow. Like, let me tell you this, like, next 30 days are like pretty intense. Just from group 1 and group 2, like just seeing your stuff. It's pretty intense, but it's good because there's a lot of growth coming from it. So that's an important thing. That's like, you can actually see. Okay, let's see what other stuff is coming through. Okay. Oof. So diligence, do your diligence. Lots of, like, I really want you to like kind of study board before you make some sort of a decision. And then adventure. And then look at this. Once you've looked at it, there's a sense of like, and again, flying lessons. It's sort of like learning something, but you're going on an adventure, something you didn't expect. Oh, I like it. That's going to be really fulfilling. Maybe for some of you, somewhere where there's a beach or the sun is out there. Let's just see what else is coming through for you in terms of like maybe career, studies, or just in life in general. We have triumph. So we are going to have some sort of like victory, success. That's with the Sun. And that's also actually with this Ace of Wands. So like something you've been wanting, something is coming through. Perseverance, again, this is it. Like this is the difference. Perseverance, challenges, endurance, resolution. So instead of acting impulsively, persevere. Like there, you have to gather more knowledge and to be able to continue to where you need to go. But there will be, look at this. I have to say, like, there's a sense of like after you persevere, there will be some sort of triumph, and that's for like your work and stuff. So that is really, really cool. Let's see what your love is. Energy, love energy for the next 30 days. We have religious factors. So your love life is being influenced by religion, upbringing, or spiritual path. So maybe there's that. Maybe acknowledging that there's differences. I don't know. We have forgiving and learning. Yes, we do have the forgiving. So maybe that's part of that as well. So forgive as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And so that's maybe acknowledging that there's a shift and change. And so if you can forgive the past, then you will get a new like love energy coming through. I do like that a lot. I do want to see what blessings are coming for you in the next 30 days. Oh. Blessings of support, and it's also for me, it seems like that Knight of Cups again. Blessings on a journey for you, some adventure for you. Maybe you're going on a little break. Oh, and then we have blessings on your day. Wow, I love that. And blessings to heal a relationship of some kind. So maybe with yourself, whatever it is, maybe with your shadow self, healing that relationship. And let's actually see what advice I could give you for the collective of group 2 this next upcoming 30 days. Oy, lots of stuff. So we're going with these 2. Actually 3, okay. All right, so we have 5th chakra, throat chakra, setting boundaries. So I teach others how to love and respect me by how I love and respect myself. That's important. My integrity is supported when I express my thoughts and feelings. I'm aware of excessively wanting to please others. I will maintain and grow my personal power by saying yes when I mean yes and saying no when I want to say no. I speak up for myself and I set boundaries regarding other people's behaviors. I do this by asking for what I want, such as respect, patience, tolerance, support, rather than telling them what I don't want. So that's important. And then there's a sense of generosity coming for this. So generosity is sharing. I give myself freely, and I open to opportunities to do so. And I am open to opportunities to do so. I do this because I can, and I expect nothing in return. That's important. So if you're willing to do something, do it from, again, saying yes to things you want to say yes to, and saying no to things you don't want to. Okay, and you're saying no when you don't want to do something. Speaking from the heart will let those around me know that how I feel about them. My generosity will touch another person's heart and replenish the spirit. Through love, I have positive, spontaneous, and lasting influence on the healing and transformation of both myself and others. So that's pretty like that's like intense. That's also with the healing, I would say. And then there's the 6th chakra. So third eye chakra, knowledge. I recognize that a great deal of knowledge and information comes to me in forms of intuition, such as clairvoyance, clairaudience, hypersensitive feelings. I use my intellect combined with my intuition to delve into circumstances from a philosophical and spiritual viewpoint. And that's what I'm seeing with that. Well, you have the Page of Cups somewhere here. I feel like, yeah, Page of Cups here with that sun. And I also feel like with the Page of Swords is also that kind of like listening to your intuition. I use my intellect in this one as well, using your intuition and with your intellect as well. I aim to understand the truth behind a situation that comes my way, as it helps me to respond with wisdom. Yes, rather than doing the Knight of Swords energy, do the Page of Swords energy. I cultivate positive beliefs about life, myself, and others. Very important. I hope this helps. Thank you so much for being here. It was really fun to do this reading. Just thank you so much. If you did like this reading, please consider giving a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I truly appreciate you and letting me read your cards. And until I see you in the next one, bye-bye, my dear friends. from group 3. So we're going to find out what's happening with you the next 30 days. This is the overall energy. And so, okay, so we actually see there's new beginnings coming through here, but there is like the sense of like, look, this is all kind of snow and gray. I can feel like that there is the storms. But what I'm seeing here is that this is passing and there's something even better. There's a new beginning coming your way. So don't give up. It's like from just overall like the collective reading, what I'm seeing for the next 30 days, the first part of the month is going to be a little rough. And even like, I feel like even in this new beginnings, there might still be hiccups. There's still gonna, that doesn't mean that the sun will come out. Don't give up. It's just, I just keep seeing that. So that's sort of just what I'm seeing here. Let's see what other, we have the door to knowledge, and then there's hope. Yeah. So having hope, even in the storms, like even in the storm, there's a sense of like, once it clears, the rainbow is here. There's a lot of hope coming through for what you want. And like this new beginning is all about new knowledge, like stepping in through the door of knowledge. So gathering knowledge from the new beginning, knowledge from the past, like everything you've experienced is knowledge that's going to help you move to the next and the next step and the next step and the next step. So every I want to say encounter, everything that's happened is leading you to the next step, to the next step, to this next step. And it's all part of this knowledge that you're cultivating. And so it's important to cultivate the steps, the knowledge in like in the winter, in the new beginning, in the storm, in the like when it's over the storm, it's with this hope, right? Very important. And let's see what we have. Yep, world. Judgment. Okay. 9 of Swords. Page of Wands, and we have 10 of Pentacles. Look at this. This is like all about this happiness and joy. And this is what I'm saying, that it's but there is this sense of fear, and it's kind of like, I'm gonna say like I felt that it was going to be more towards the beginning of the month, but I feel like next 30 days, but I feel like this is kind of like overall energy, like your center is this fear. It's coming from like, I guess from being in this winter, fear of the storm. And I'm gonna say this in a weird way. It's sort of like, whether you're afraid or not, the storm is gonna come. Like we're gonna have tower moments. Like I don't want to necessarily, but I know that they're gonna come, right? There's gonna be storms. But the fear of it, closing your eyes, doesn't mean that they're not there. It's sort of like you might actually be missing out on something that you need to see. And so first thing what I do is when there's like, especially when I have a 9 of Swords energy, and it usually sticks around, is facing that, acknowledging, I'm afraid of this. I'm afraid of the storm. I could say like, I'm afraid of the storm. I'm afraid of like, yeah, I'm afraid of not knowing what to do. Like that could be like, but acknowledging the fear. If you can actually like open your eyes and face that fear, I'm not saying that the fear will go away. It still will probably niggle at you, but it will no longer be this giant thing that you can't handle, or that you can't, like, that you're struggling to face. It's sort of like, that's what you need to do. So I feel like the fear is going to be kind of all throughout your next 30 days. It's going to be, so I keep, like, every time it keeps building up, face it. Like, and by facing it, I mean just like speak it out loud. This is what I'm afraid of. There is some sort of like a conclusion. You've finished some sort of cycle, and that's why you have this new beginning. And it's possibly like here with this Judgment, it feels like it's almost like you're ready for the next level. That's what I feel like. There's a next level, but then there is this fear that kind of stops you. The Page of Wands here is telling you, it's basically what I'm saying. It's sort of like, stop trying to like hide, look at it, face it. This Page of Wands is like facing the fear, facing what it is. And then we could have this like 10 of Pentacles, where it's just like fulfillment and everything. Look at this. I want you to see this. It's sort of like this 9 of Swords was right there. I wanted to clarify everything. And so it really is like, I can feel it. It's just what's there. Let's see what this world is doing here. What is this world doing? What is this world doing here? Ooh, my goodness. Okay. That's some strong energy here. The Magician, yeah. So you're starting to manifest some stuff. So, and there's choices that are coming about. So there's some sort of manifestation that's coming through. And this is the All That Glitters Tarot by a Gifted Soul 777. So there's choices of what you do, but being aware of that, like you're manifesting the next step. You're choosing your new beginning. What do you want this new beginning to be? What is this Judgment card doing here? What is this Judgment card doing here? The Judgment is this Page of Wands. So free spirit, inspiration. Again, this is where it's leading you. You need to like, because the page is like, it's, and the focus being the Wands energy is inspiration, creativity. But it's not, it's the beginning of it. It's sort of like you're learning and it's the beginning of it. So very, very important. Let's see, what is this? Well, this Nine of Swords. What is this Nine of Swords doing here? What is this Nine of Swords doing here? It's interesting because you're kind of like afraid of like this justice. So you're afraid of, maybe you're afraid of balance. You're afraid of, oh, it might be you're afraid of karma, but I don't know why you would be afraid of karma. But maybe you're just afraid of, you're afraid that things aren't equal, that aren't fair somehow. Interesting. Let's see what this Page of Wands is doing here. What is this Page of Wands doing here? The Fool. Yes. Oh, yes. And it is like, that's again a new beginning. The Fool. Taking that leap of faith, going forward, going to a new beginning. Like, and I like, the thing is with this new beginning, it's definitely creative and it's definitely passionate. It's something you're passionate about. But aside from that, that's really up to you. Ooh, what's this? Okay. This is the King of Cups, mature, diplomatic, but it's a fulfillment coming through with this 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, sorry, this is all like gone crazy. So it is like you are, I almost feel like you're finally like almost like this mature man, but it's, to me, it's sort of like maturity, and it's emotional maturity, acknowledging that fear and being like, okay, I no longer am afraid of that fear. Like, or like, it's not going to stop me, is what I'm kind of saying. Like, you're not going to be stopped by the fear of what could be. So there is a lot of happiness and joy coming through for you. I do like this. It's just like, yes. I almost feel like you graduate from a page into like a king energy. Very strong. So don't be afraid of it. Like I have full faith in you. Let's see what other stuff is coming for you. Maybe for some of you, it's like making the wrong choice. You're like, I'm not sure what choice, like if I'm making the wrong choice, maybe that's what it is. Like I didn't weigh it right, or I didn't see things clearly. Like, yes, it's okay. Whatever choice you make, it's going to be just fine. Obedience. So I feel like feeling like you have to do certain things. Like you have to listen to others. I feel like not so much. This is a free spirit. This is what's going to guide you through here. Like, choose your own path, my friends. And let's see what other stuff is coming through here. Present moment. So not worrying so much about the future, but really living in the present moment. This is important for you. Yes, yes, yes. Don't stress too much. Let's see what we have in terms of career or like studies or whatever. Let's see what that energy for the next 30 days is going to be like for you. Good news. Okay, look at that. So we have good news in terms of career and stuff. So surprises, and then there's also like self-love, self-healing, independence. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Like there's a need for that independence, for that free spirit. That's what everything. And there is a sense here of like things will be okay, stability, harmony. Everything is going to be okay. I feel like there's a lot of fear with the unknown for you. Everything is like, just trust that things are working out for you. Let's see what in terms of love, what's coming for you. Attraction. Ooh, look at that. So we have you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Again, present moment, really being that full energy, enjoying the present moment rather than the worries of like, oh, is this going to be right? None of that. Stay optimistic about your love life. So positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. That along with some self-love, you got it. That's the key to it all. Let's see what blessings you have for the next 30 days. Blessings for solace and hope. Again, hope is playing a very strong thing coming through. So if you've been feeling hopeless, that's going away. You're finally getting this sense of hope coming back. There's a blessing for those who are nearing their final breath. So if there are loved ones that are like coming to their end, there's a sense of accepting it. There's a peace there. Not something I actually would put there, but I guess that makes sense. And then we have blessings on finding your way. And blessings, okay. Blessings on your wisdom. Sorry, I can't show you. Blessings on finding your wisdom, and then blessings on finding your way. Yeah, you're going to like I said, this month is all about discovering your own path, and instead of like listening to others, really listening to yourself. Not obedience, but looking for yourself. Let's see what we have in terms of guidance that we can give you. And just so you know, like there's a little butterfly, right? That just came right here. Yeah, I feel like there's a transformation for you. Be confident in yourself, friends. Be confident. So there's abundance and acceptance of self. Yes. Oh, look at this. Okay, so this is all guidance here. So abundance. I am worthy and I deserve the abundance of anything that I require. Yes, you have the magician energy. You just have to choose what you want to manifest. That's what I think there is. I watch my thoughts to ensure that I'm honoring and respecting myself. I honor myself by knowing that I am worthy to receive and I am open to receive now. Present moment, important. I remind myself that it is a sign of strength to ask for help. So if you need help, ask for it. Very important, especially with the 9 of Swords energy. And then there's 4th chakra, heart chakra, acceptance of self. It's time to rejuvenate myself by giving myself love. Is that self-love here? Yes, there's self-love here. Look at that. That's important. So I accept myself the way I am. I remind myself that I cannot feel any better about life than how I feel about myself. I will not wait a moment longer to accept myself. I honor what my body is asking for, and if I am unsure, I will ask myself, what can I do to be healthier and more balanced than I am now? I dwell upon all that is right in my life, not what is wrong, and I have gratitude. I accept my life as it is now, and I move forward from here. Again, present moment awareness is so important. And then we have 3rd chakra, solar plexus, freedom of choice. I have the freedom to choose, so I choose wisely because my decisions have a great impact on how I see myself and how I feel about myself. I own, accept, and express my feelings unreservedly and do not try to escape them with my own mind games. I have free will to choose how I respond to any situation. I choose to respond with wisdom, clarity, and understanding. Wow! So much growth the next 30 days. You got this, group 3. You got it. I know that it's going to be a bit scary, but you're going to come out of with that full energy. Your new beginning is awaiting for you. Even if there's a storm, the rain goes away, the sun comes out again, okay? Oh my goodness, thank you so much for being here, group 3. I feel so honored that I was able to read your cards. If you did like this reading, consider giving it a thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing. I am sending you a giant hug, and until I see you in the next one, bye-bye, my dear friends.